Several sectors are growing. There's record industrial demand this year. A lot of that is coming from the glass industry, and that's to do with platinum for the production of thin film display materials. Then in the auto sector, we have strong growth in heavy-duty diesel production in North America, and all of that is using platinum-based catalysts. Jewellery demand is up slightly, but it's up in the major producing region, China. So fairly positive.
Supply is set to increase by around 6% to over 6 million ounces. We know that demand is sitting at just above 8 million ounces. Recycling in the platinum sector, is that then going to fill the gap, the deficit between the two?
Recycling is going to more than fill the gap to create a small surplus of just under 200,000 ounces. But the interesting thing about supply this year is that the main growth is not coming from South Africa but from North America. Now that's a one-off effect because the North American companies are recovering from strikes and shutdowns a year or so back. So they're just getting back to normal production.
We know that supplies from Zimbabwe are also going to increase somewhat, the political environment changing quite significantly. But here in South Africa, we've got a very different scenario where the cost per platinum ounce is starting to increase quite extensively. And so we're starting to see quite a bit of pressure for all the platinum miners in the country. Are we going to start seeing a fundamental shift from producing platinum in South Africa to other more economical geographies?
There aren't that many places you can go. I mean, Zimbabwe's got a very good deposit, big resource, and given the right conditions, I think all the mining companies active there will be wanting to increase their output. South African producers are struggling with high costs, it's true. Their cost increases are way above the rate of inflation. And that's going to have an effect in the long term. In the short term, the real effect on production is to do with poor productivity, interruptions to production through safety stoppages, strikes. Those are the things that peg back supply. And the growth next year is going to depend, the growth from the market next year depends entirely upon South Africa because we won't get any increases from anywhere else, maybe a little bit from Zimbabwe. So conditions in South Africa have a big part to play in how much more metal we can see coming through.
Is there incentive enough to increase capacity within the platinum sector and increase capex spend given the fact that platinum is trading at a discount to gold? Are platinum miners very cognizant of this fact?
I don't think that discount to gold is going to affect their decisions on expanding. What they're going to be thinking about is the price itself good enough to justify going ahead? They have to take a long-term view. It's a very difficult thing to plan. But at the moment, the price is putting them under some pressure. For a really successful long-term expansion, I think we're going to need to have higher platinum price.
Well, we keep asking the analysts, the commodity analysts, with regards to the discount that platinum is trading relative to the gold price, and something we have actually never really seen before. What does it actually mean for platinum relative to gold? We know that gold is seen as a safe haven. We know that also investment demand into platinum has increased quite substantially. And obviously this discount to gold is also creating more demand from a jewellery perspective.
I think this is not relevant to the industrial sector or the auto sector. There's no comparison between the two metals in those applications. In investment, I think platinum's got its own drivers. It's in the jewellery sector where the interesting questions rise. And at the moment, a higher gold price than platinum is good for platinum jewellery because it's an opportunity for the trade to buy what looks like a relatively inexpensive metal now for a while, and if the price comes down, to create stock in anticipation of future sales. It also means that platinum becomes more competitive as a jewellery piece for the consumer to white gold in the shop. So I think platinum gets an opportunity to develop through this premium.